All right, here's some basic techniques if you're going to be filming yourself using a mobile device. Right now I'm using an iPhone 12. Usually the newer mobile devices have better onboard microphones, so it picks up the audio better. So now if you hear me, I'm talking straight with no microphone connected, and this is directly from the microphone of the iPhone. Now you have to be in an area that is kind of quiet. Right now I'm by the traffic, so you could hear the cars and the trucks. So you may want to stay far away from anything that makes a lot of noise. You want to minimize that, so if you find a nice quiet place. So if you don't have an external microphone to record your voice and you're planning to use the microphone that's on your phone, that's okay. Especially newer phones, they have better mics, onboard microphones now, so you should be all right. But you just have to keep the camera closer to you so as to pick up the voice better, and also in a more quiet area so you don't hear the external sounds. Like in the other videos, you heard some wind noise as well. Keep it at no further than an arm's length. This is an arm's length, but it might be too far. You start, like right now, you hear the reverberation of the room, and even further, I'm just gonna put the phone down. And then if I'm over here, then you can definitely hear more of the room and less of the direct sound from my voice. Now also, the fact that this is a tiny room, like an office room, and there's no furniture to dampen the sound more. There's no drapes. These are all hard surfaces, right? That causes more reverberations in the room. So if you were to find a larger room, that might also help, because the reverberations, sound waves have to travel farther, so that might help. So I'm in a wider room right now, and you can still hear the reverberations, but if I come close, it should sound better than that tiny room that we were in. What could help minimize any external sounds and just isolate your voice is by using one of these mobile Lavalier microphones. And this one is specifically for the iPhone, so it has a thunderbolt or lightning bolt. But it's an iPhone connector, and I just connect it directly to the iPhone. Okay, so now I've got it connected to this microphone. I'm pretty sure now you can start hearing how much less background noise you can hear. You may want to hide the microphone cord so it doesn't look like it's just hanging there. So I'm going to run this one. Since I'm wearing a sweater, I'm going to put it under here, and then we can clip it, the microphone, and the inside of your sweater. There we go. And bring that a little bit down there. So at least you don't see the cord. I even have a black shirt on, so maybe I could even hide it, clip it under my sweater. Like that. So you don't see it. I know you can see a little bit of wrinkle, but you get the picture. And it's kind of just hiding the microphone is kind of an art form in itself. So now you can see how much better isolated your voice is compared to the outside ambient noise. That way your audience can hear you clearly, and it just overall ups your production quality. Okay, to keep your mobile device or camera steady, like right now I have it I'm just holding it with my hand, and if you notice that it's kind of just jumping around, and and if I walk like this, then it kind of bounces up and down. If you want to prevent that camera shake, so that your viewers don't get a little nauseous, you can use, like right now I'm using this, it's a gimbal. It just goes right in here and it clips in, and then it keeps your phone steady. and I will put that on right now so you can see the difference. So now I have it on the gimbal, on the handheld gimbal, and if you notice, much more improved, which will also improve your production quality. If you don't have a gimbal, they also have mobile device stands that you can place your phone in, or you can prop it up using something like books or something. But the main point is to keep your camera, your footage as steady as you can. How to frame yourself in the shot. There's what we call rule of thirds, and if you notice on this screen, you have these like a tic-tac-toe kind of a pattern, and right now I have my eye on one of the lines, on the top line, and where the lines are intersecting are called the interest points. And so what that is that if I'm turning to my right, it's okay, but if I move my eyes to a point right there, it gives more space and more for the viewer to see where I'm looking at, right? And if I was to turn it here, I wouldn't keep my face here because then it looks like I'm right against the screen. But if I put my eye right at the interest point there, then it gives more breathing room for the viewers to see in the area towards the area that I'm looking at. Okay? And if I'm looking directly at the camera, then my eye is on the eye line right here. That's eye level. So when you're talking, you don't want your camera down because you don't want to people looking up or looking down on you, right? So you want to just direct eye level right in the center. Unless you're turning, you turn it this way, turn it that way. You see that? Okay. So let's talk about lighting. How do you light yourself so that people can see you and see your complexion nicely? Today is actually perfect because it's cloudy, it's overcast, and what the clouds actually do is that it diffuses the light and spreads the light nice and even across your face or whatever your subject is. And it's not so harsh like on sunny days. You have like bright light here on your side and it's dark here, the shadows. The mistake that a lot of people make on sunny days is that they have the sun facing them and their face is so bright and they're doing this. And it just kind of looks bad. So what do you do on those sunny days? Well, you get away from the direct sunlight and you try and find a place that the light will end up being diffused just like the clouds are doing right now. And the best way to do that is to find like a shade or something, but not too much of a shade that you're very dark inside, but maybe like a light tarp or a tree. That should help a little in diffusing that light. Let me give you an example. I see some tarp down there and some covered area over there. So this one is under a roof, but it's not so deep inside that it diffuses the light on my face. This is not the most prettiest area, so you may want to find a prettier area, but just to get the concept. So I'm in this enclosed area here, but because the light is brighter behind me, then it makes me darker because I'm in the shade. So you kind of don't want that. So what you'll have to do is just turn towards the light. Right now you're gonna see it's a little more shadows on my right side. And if you notice the light, it gets better there, like that. If you also notice, depending on where I'm holding my camera, because I have glasses and the light is going towards me, you're going to start seeing some reflections in my eyes. So just play with the camera a little bit there and it's improved. Oops. So how about if you're inside? How do we use natural lighting to light your scene, light your subject? You find a window being at the window is like a shade, right? And your light source comes through that window. So here we found a desk right by the window. All right, so now I've just put the gimbal down on the desk, and let's find, got my eye leveled, and you can press decrease the exposure a little bit, right there. There. You can also control the lighting if the sun is still too bright. You can use like a cloth, like a white cloth, or like a bathroom shower curtain, something like this. I mean, this is, and you can actually hang it up on your window like this, and see how it diffuses the light more evenly, make it look more pleasant than if I was to have direct light like that. See the difference? I know this is very impromptu, but you see the more diffused, even lighting compared to direct light. So if you want to hang that over your window and just cover your window, like tape it or something, it will improve your production quality. Or you can purchase one of these diffuser shades and just have some, like, hang it or have someone hold it. And you see how such nice lighting, look at that. Right, let's do a comparison again. Just look at the lighting. Yep, right, harsh, more diffused and pleasant looking.